Welcome back to another policy moment. Today we are going to finish up the interview with Acting Inspector General Charles Wright, the head of the Office of the Inspector General of the Illinois Department of Human Services. If you have not watched the first part of this interview that was published on February 21st, 2024, I recommend that you watch it first and then watch this video. The link to the policy moment is in the description box below. In the second part of my interview, I asked Acting Inspector General Wright why so many abuses, both reported and unreported, continue in the DD community. Will the improvements DDD, Division of Developmental Disabilities, has made significantly improved safety for residents of the institutions as well as people who receive Community Integrated Living Arrangement, CILA, and Community Day Services, CDS. Acting Inspector General Wright said a big obstacle to improving safety is that agencies and facilities must be better staffed. When staff are overworked, they can become tired and stressed, which may cause issues with the people they are supporting. When staff are rested, they are able to do their jobs better. Acting Inspector General Wright also said that an agency or facility being located in a small town where people often know each other outside of work can impact if abuse and neglect is reported. He gave a great example. He explained, imagine you are working at a disability service agency and your uncle works at the same disability service agency. Then, while you are on the job, you see your uncle hitting a resident. Do you report your uncle? You may not because he is your uncle, and you hold him in high regard. You tell yourself that your uncle would never hurt someone. This reasoning is wrong because your uncle did engage in physical abuse against a resident. Acting Inspector General Wright continued, saying that having cameras at the state-operated developmental centers, SODCS, will help a lot, although cameras cannot be put everywhere due to privacy. If there is a complaint, video from the cameras can be used to verify a report. It would be difficult for a person to deny it was them if they are caught on camera. Now, there are also more reports happening. This could be looked at in two ways. It could be that there is more abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation happening, or it could mean that more people are reporting abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation. Acting Inspector General Wright hopes the latter is true and more people are reporting. Acting Inspector General Wright went on to say that if agencies and organizations are underreporting complaints of abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation, staff may need more training, especially if similar agencies and organizations are having more complaints. It can be difficult to know what is really happening, and investigations cannot happen if complaints are not being made. When complaints are made, OIG can do more to help. My next question for Acting Inspector General Wright was hypothetical. How would he change disability services in Illinois based on a few things? What OIG has learned about people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and the services they receive, and limits on resources and funding Illinois is available to spend? How would he create a perfect system for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in terms of housing, employment, and healthcare? Given unlimited resources, Acting Inspector General Wright said he would want as many individuals as possible to be integrated with the broader community and not be as isolated from society. He wants them to enjoy their lives and one another. Ideally, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities would be fully integrated in the community in terms of housing. There might be a house where a few people live together with help, but from the outside it looks like a regular house. If there are larger facilities, due to complex care needs, they should look more like homes and less like institutions. This would require a lot of work and resources, but it would be ideal. Acting Inspector General Wright said SODCS receive lots of funding and many people are employed by SODCS, so there would likely be opposition to changing the structure. Acting Inspector General Wright wants to improve the lives of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Illinois. My final question for Acting Inspector General Wright is how he wants to be remembered when he finishes his work as the Acting Inspector General of the Office of the Inspector General. By the time he leaves, Acting Inspector General Wright wants to double the number of staff in the office so they can investigate complaints promptly. With current staffing, the OIG feels like they don't have the resources to be proactive and help facilities and agencies. Instead, they feel like they're using all of their resources to put out fires. By doubling the number of staff, investigations could remain timely even if OIG staff go on vacation or retire. Also, under current staffing, if someone leaves OIG, it can take up to a full year to hire and train someone new. So, having enough staff will make sure that investigations are always moving forward. Acting Inspector General Wright wants to leave the office of the Inspector General better than when he entered it. I hope you like this two-part interview series with Acting Inspector General Wright. And I hope you learned about the Office of the Inspector General's role in the lives of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Illinois. I will see you in the next policy moment.